Or I told him his theories about the keys were absurd. I was right, he was wrong. I said he'd lose his keys.
No, you were
couldn't
not
find
right,
him before
and
the
I was
election.
not wrong, and that's a cheap shot, and I won't stand for it.
Well, who won, brother?
You should not be
Who
taking
won?
cheap
Who
shots
won?
at me.
Who won?
You want to make your
you
point,
live
make your
in
point.
a total
Don't make
world
it
of
personal.
denial.
Great
to see you Democrats all getting
Who
along
taught
so
you
well.
manners?
You don't know
you
anything.
Attacked me
You
personally.
You're so deluded.
Oh, right. I've only been a professor for 51 years.
On this program, I've never been able to finish a
How
thought.
many stand
but
for
brother, you got it wrong.
Say
you were
whatever you want.
preposterously and stupidly wrong. So, okay, all right. Can I just finish a goddamn thought? Allan, you deserve a tall glass of shut-up juice, so can you just shut up for a second?
For blasphemy against me. You don't need to do that. You don't boost
blasphemy
your ego
against you?
by
Who the hell are you? Are you
like
Jesus Christ?
What's going on, guys? So we got to talk about this crazy interaction between Trump deranged Cenk Uygur, okay, everybody's favorite nutcase. The guy's pretty funny for as stupid and dumb as he normally is, and a far leftist radical, but he's freaking hilarious. He's going toe-to-toe with Allan Lichtman, another Trump deranged weirdo who is a seasoned professor, pollster, all sorts of stuff that he believes provides him with some sort of a leg up. Perhaps it does on the average citizen. However, like most of these weirdos, he got too full of himself, predicted a Kamala Harris landslide, and had egg on his face and looked stupid. And Cenk Uygur, of course, is rubbing it in. And no, Allan's not having that because people like this have massive egos. Now, before we jump into that, I want to show you a couple clips, including their initial interaction previously.
Trump underwater 25 points.
You think it's not close, Allan Lichtman? You sound like you're on a different planet. You think it's not close that Biden's going to blow out Trump?
Nationally.
You know he might resign tomorrow. Are you aware of anything that's going on? The NATO presser is going to be a disaster. He already called Zelensky Putin. He's already got 8 defections at the beginning of the show, and one came in during the middle saying he should resign the presidency. But you see, that's what I'm saying, Professor Lichtman. It doesn't seem like you're being objective.
Despite all those attacks, he's now inched ahead in the key swing states. He's even with Trump in the national polls, and he's way ahead of Trump when it comes to approval.
Ludicrous, totally ludicrous. He's at 37% in a massive collection of polls. You're going all over TV and selling copium to Blue MAGA, and they're like, oh, I heard from legendary Professor Lichtman that he should stay in the race and he's gonna win. So is he gonna win or isn't he?
The worst debate in history was not Joe Biden. It was Barack Obama in his first debate against Romney when only 20% thought he won. 33%.
So, okay, I got it. You're gonna.
There was a 12-point swing.
Barack Obama and Joe Biden are not the same. You don't have eyes.
Let me finish. Don't talk over me.
Barack Obama was strong, and the context of Barack Obama was an incredibly strong candidate. The context of Biden is that he can't remember any words. He thinks he was the first black woman to serve with the first black president.
And let's not forget the election night reaction where Allan Lichtman was all, I'm confused, what's happening? And he just doesn't seem to understand why Kamala Harris ended up losing the election and he ended up being wrong. And then inevitably he blames it on, you guessed it, racism and bigotry and misogyny.
We've never seen disinformation at this scale. Next, we have never seen to this scale the agitation of 3 trends that have been very deeply embedded in American history: misogyny, racism, and xenophobia.
Look, my prediction for this presidential election was wrong. I own up to it.
Do you? No, that was Allan Lichtman, an incredibly smug professor who came on to our show and said that he could do no wrong with his keys. He's got the secret keys, the presidential keys, the keys that tell all, and he can totally predict who's gonna win. But I want to show you the moment when he realized it wasn't gonna be Kamala Harris.
I just don't see it. Good thing I have nothing to do tomorrow, and I'm not doing any interviews.
Good.
I'm done with that.
Are you? Now, he really did take a hit. I enjoyed tweets like these, I will admit, really having a tough time here. So look, it's been a week. He says that he's been doing some soul searching, and surprisingly, he admitted defeat, okay?
I admitted I was wrong. I admitted the keys don't work. Remember, the premise of the keys is that a rational, pragmatic electorate decides whether the White House party is governed well enough to get 4 more years.
It was the electorate's fault.
Yeah.
It was the electorate's fault. I mean, you would need a rational electorate for the keys to work.
Yeah, last quick things here. So the number one reason he got so popular, the rando professor with his outrageous claims, etc., is because he was selling copium.
Yes,
and people really wanted a hit of that copium.
They sure did.
They're like, oh yeah, tell me Biden's young. Tell me Biden's gonna win. Give it to me, my veins right here.
Now those same people are sending him death threats, which you should not be doing. Like, don't send him death threats, come on.
Are you guys nuts? Have a little bit of fun with him, but death threats? Have you lost your mind?
This is fun.
Yeah. No, don't do that. Leave the poor guy alone. He's a civilian. Just shake a little jangle jingle on the keys and that's it. We're done with him, okay?
Now let's fast forward and see what goes down on the Piers Morgan show. Let's get into it.
I mean, Professor Lichtman, you correctly forecast the result of 9 of the past 10 US presidential elections, but not this one.
A new wave of disinformation that we've never seen before, in addition to the usual sources of...
Here we go. It's because Americans just thought wrong. It was not Allan Lichtman that was wrong. It's the Americans that just believe too much incorrect stuff.
Disinformation. We had a huge change this time. A 300 billionaire, a guy who's richer than most countries of the world, who controls X, spreading vast disinformation. According to...
Didn't they do that with the Hunter Biden laptop story? They literally suppressed it across all platforms. You couldn't really talk about it anywhere except maybe on YouTube, but you couldn't talk about it nowhere else.
What was the disinformation?
Inflation is going up.
Let me pin you down on that, though. You say Elon Musk was spreading disinformation. Like what?
Think inflation is going up when it's been cut by 75%. That unemployment
but it's still
is
inflation.
a near high when
it's
it's
still inflation,
near
Professor.
a low.
On that point, see, that's interesting. You would say that's disinformation. Democrats kept telling the American people rather arrogantly, I thought, the economy's in really good shape. Meanwhile, inflation still exists. In other words, prices have continued to go up and up and up, albeit not at the same rate they were going up.
If inflation went up to like 9% during the Biden-Harris administration, the prices, a lot of them are now stuck being high. A lot of the prices can't go back down. We'll see what Trump can do, but presumably you don't want somebody in the office who potentially could allow the prices to go up even more again, especially after the election's over. They don't give a damn after that. So why the hell would you trust people who had inflation at 9%?
I think some of it was disinformation, but it's, I think the idea that this election was only won through right-wing disinformation, I'm afraid, I view that as a total delusion.
Look, I debated Professor Lichtman before. I told him his theories about the keys were absurd. I was right, he was wrong. I said he'd lose his keys.
No, you were
couldn't
not
find
right,
them before the
and I was
election.
not wrong, and that's a cheap shot, and I won't stand for it.
Well, who won, brother?
You should not be taking cheap shots at me.
Stop making fun of me.
Who won? You live in a total world of denial.
I read your own followers' comments, and they all trashed you, every one of them.
Why this dude shaking? How old are you, dude? Like, he got some of that Joe Biden going.
And supported me.
Yeah,
so
right,
with
right.
Your personal
yeah,
attacks.
Come find out again.
Make whatever point you want.
Yeah.
Don't make it personal.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything.
You attacked me personally.
You're so deluded.
Oh, right. I've only been a professor for 51 years.
On this program, I've never been able to finish.
That's right. Cry.
Because you're personally attacking me again. Say whatever you want, but I'm not going to stand for
brother,
personal
you got it wrong.
Say
you were
whatever
preposterously and stupidly wrong. So, okay, all right. Can I just finish a goddamn
stupid.
thought?
Bro, you're trash, bro. Is them tears, bro?
Ever on this show?
No, not if you're personally.
Well,
I admitted I was wrong. I don't need you to call me stupid.
Okay.
Can I just say, it's great to see you Democrats all getting along so well.
Who taught you manners?
Hey, Allan, right now. Hey, Allan, you deserve a tall glass of shut up juice, so can you just shut up for a second and let someone who knows what they're doing.
You're so right, Piers. Okay? You're so right.
This too, Allan, dude. Eat crow, bruh. Okay, you got your ass whooped during the election. It's okay. You can't tell people if somebody's right. You can't be mad because they're like, yeah, I told you so. Like, bitch, you was wrong. Like, if you're wrong, if they want to to throw it in your face. Well, you was wrong last time. You gonna be mad? Like, how dare you throw that in my face? Like, quit being a little P word. Like, are you serious, my G? If you're so seasoned and so experienced, it doesn't seem like you're experienced at accepting criticism. You know, because the way Cenk is wording it, he's not even saying necessarily like you're stupid. He's saying that was a stupid prediction. I 100% agree. Now, me, I'm outright calling you stupid. You are stupid. But I don't think that Cenk was doing that.
So I will not sit here and stand for personal.
Look at him. It's in the hair. Got his arms.
Attacks for blasphemy against me. You don't need to do that. You don't boost
blasphemy against you? Who the hell are you? Are you Jesus Christ, you loser? Okay, can I just give the correct answer for once? You guys are missing the whole point. Democratic Party, Democratic leadership. You guys don't want to admit that they're the problem. The people who are at fault are not other people. It is the candidate, Kamala Harris, the previous candidate, Joe Biden. They're the cancer in the Democratic Party. So you blindly lash out at the voters, at information, at social media, and you want to shut down anyone who disagrees with you. That's not the correct answer. And maybe identity politics will unite the left, but it didn't. Identity politics led to disaster. It was a poison within the Democratic Party, used ironically by the establishment Democrats because they didn't want to talk about popular proposals that we have because their donors hate those proposals.
Guys, it's really like watching children, but again, I agree with Cenk Uygur here. Crazy, right? But he's right about some of the stuff that he says sometimes because it was absolutely the Democrats' fault. And to his credit, he did call that the Democrats were effing up for a long time. Basically, the whole time I had this channel, he's been going off on the Democrats for making stupid mistakes. Now, he also wanted Kamala Harris to win. So, you know, he's a little off his rocker as well because she was not a good candidate and she didn't even support a lot of stuff that he's talking about. So I'm like, why the hell do you want her to win if she doesn't even support what you support? But that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to laugh at this fool, Allan, and basically throw it in his face. Yes, if you're wrong, if you lose, that's how it is. You get it thrown in your face sometimes. Eat crow, loser. Okay, so I'm hoping that your feelings are hurt. Okay, that's why Cenk called you stupid. Like, guys, I'm just kidding. But on a serious note, people like him and some of these other weirdos on this panel, like I'm not going to show obviously the whole video, but they are delusional and they're still maintaining the same type of strategy that failed. They should be saying completely different things. Get like AOC. AOC's out here ready for her 2028 campaign run. She's ready to get her ass kicked by JD Vance. Okay, let the left try, because even if they pivot, there's a lot of damage that's been done, and it's going to take a lot of time to fix that damage within the party. And as long as you have kind of normal candidates that are less controversial than Donald Trump, like JD Vance, you got Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy is a pretty controversial guy though, but you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay, you can't have all of this Hitler crazy talk anymore. So you're going to have even more people from the middle who are willing to vote for Republicans. What do the Democrats have? You know, they're still going to have this horrendous record, and they're going to have a phenomenal Trump record after he gets out of office going into 2028, 2029. So I don't know, guys. I feel like the Democrats might be cooked. There's too much infighting and there's too many dummies. And even the people who aren't dummies, they're grossly outnumbered. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
You don't know anything.
You attacked me personally.
You're so deluded. Hey, but brother, you got it wrong.